Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Hi guys. I love that we just came from zero context. Welcome to the podcast. Full disclosure, this is the second episode that we're filming tonight, so we're in the same clothes and we're gonna skip the catch up because we're already caught up. So if you missed it, go back to the previous episode.
Yeehaw.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
Yes.
We're a little bit, also it's full disclosure, I was saying full disclosure at the moment, it's 11:45. And
so this will be a fairly short episode.
This will be short and goofy, and I just have one thing to say.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I'm gonna segue away from the spooky stories because it's getting into bedtime time.
And you're like, I don't want to be scared.
So let's get silly goofy. I want to go to a furry convention.
Shoot me now.
I'm not a furry. Your Honor, let me put that on record. I'm not a furry. But I am so intrigued by it.
If I catch a tail in my bed later.
Imagine you wake up and it's just a little whip. Just a little tail. No, I'm not a furry. Have never been a furry. Will never be a furry. Your Honor. But no, I'm kidding. I actually am not. But I don't understand it to the point where it actually terrifies me. And for that reason alone, I want to go undercover and go to a furry convention. I want a little side quest.
You realise if
I
you
want to
go
just go to
undercover,
the
you have to dress up as one.
Well, I don't want anyone to see me there. Like, imagine that. Like, I saw Natalie at a furry convention. But that would also mean that they're at the furry convention, so.
Yeah, true.
But I do not want that on my name. But I'm just very intrigued behind the mind of a furry. Like,
did you see the video of that furry getting like beaten up in the city?
yeah, I actually thought it was kind of sad.
It was kind of sad. And it's like, and he was being so positive, like in his interview that he did about it. And I was like,
he didn't deserve to get beat up.
no, that was wild.
That was very uncalled for.
Yeah, like I get that there's a lot of hate against him, but it's like,
I feel like the hate is warranted, but not getting beat up.
no, yeah, that's what I mean. Is like I feel I get the hate, but like beating somebody up just for like let them live their life, bro.
Yeah,
they're not trying to turn you into a fairy.
the thing that gets me, and I don't even know if I want to.
Are we about to get cancelled?
No. It's just a bit inappropriate to say, but why are we like so coy? Like, oh my god.
God.
But the thing that I don't understand is like, if it was purely, okay, I'm hoping that majority of it is just like purely wholesome and innocent and fun. Like they just want to dress up as a wolf because they like wolves.
I think that the majority of it is.
Okay, that's fine.
There are some weirdos, but the majority of it is innocent.
Yeah, that's fine. The part that I don't understand at all, and that I feel like the hate is warranted towards 100%, is like the sexual side of the furries, because like you're literally dressed up as a dog. So what are you saying? You know, like that's the part that really freaks me out.
Well, okay, I think there's furries and then there's like people that like dog play.
What does that mean?
So people that literally they actually want to be treated as dogs. And it's like a fetish for them.
But see,
by the way, speaking of this, you should watch this like foreign movie called Good Boy. It's on Prime. You do have to pay for it, but it's really cheap because it's kind of a shit movie. But the story is wild.
That's my favorite type of movies that are like kind of bad.
Yeah. It's like
bad horror movies are my absolute all-time favorite genre.
It's like some type of like Nordic country that it came from. I don't know what it is. It's like
shout out the Nordics.
Vikings.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was so, like, enthusiastic.
No, I love the passion.
Yeah.
Vikings.
Honestly, I think Vikings are hot. I think that was where the passion came from.
Yeah, tell 'em. Also, I just unlocked peak comfort. I don't know if you guys have been following along at home, but the entire last like 2 hours I've been trying to find a comfortable spot. It's like every second I'm maneuvering. This is peak comfort. I will not be moving from here for the rest of the episode.
Good to know.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
only took me 2.5 hours, but I did it.
Oh my god. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, fairies. Oh yeah, no, you were gonna ask a question about dog play.
See, the person wanting to be a... I really don't know how to word this. What gets me is like... Do you want to fuck a dog? That is what's getting me about
Yeah.
the sexual side of furries.
Right?
Is like, I thought you were saying yes to my question. I was like, wait, you're on the wrong side of this. That's what gets me
Olivia
back.
does not want to screw dogs, okay?
And we've always said that. That's our catchphrase. That's our YouTube description, actually.
The way that you said that though, it wasn't like, we've always had to clarify that.
That's our description on YouTube. That's our banner. She does not. But that's what really freaks me out about it, is because it's like, what message are you conveying where you're having sex in fursonas? Yeah. Are they though? Well, allegedly. I can't go on record because I have not witnessed it, but allegedly that's what they're doing.
Do you want to witness it?
No.
I'm like, you're like, I'll never know unless I see it.
That's not why I want to go to the convention.
Dude, actually, you know what? You know what will confirm it for you? Just go on a website.
I'm not. I don't want to see it. I'm not having that in my history. Yeah.
This took such a weird turn.
We need a segue again. Hit me with something different.
No, but I'm not gonna lie though. I feel like the majority of it is like fairly wholesome.
Yeah, and that's fine. I don't know. I just want to get into I think I'm just bored. Like, I'm like, I just want to go to a furry convention just to see what's going on, but I'm not a furry and I don't want to be a furry. So it's like, is it offensive that I just want to go just to like see what's happening?
I don't think so. I think that they would be...
But I also don't want to see any weird shit because that would really freak me out. Because I find that part of it really strange and
I don't think that they would be
and disturbing.
offended by it, because I have seen videos of people like that weren't even dressed up, just like going around and like doing interviews and stuff, and the people were like really they were really like forthcoming with like what they're there to do and stuff like that, and like what the whole community is about and that sort of thing.
Right.
So I don't think that they would be offended.
But then it's
There's
like...
literally like furry convention. I think that where the why the guy got beat up. It was like the after events of like a furry convention.
Right. Because, you know, I'll fit the role if I have to. I will eat out of a dog bowl.
I don't think they're doing that. And they're not all dogs, you know.
I don't know.
There's like foxes.
I could be a fox, I think.
Yeah. I think if I was gonna be a fairy, I would be a fox. Foxes are way cooler than dogs. No offense. I love dogs. I really do. But I've always had a fascination with foxes.
But what if we go to the furry convention and we decide we actually like eating out of the dog bowl, and...
Why do you keep referencing this dog bowl?
I don't know. And, I don't know what else they do. And that's just the only thing I can think of. And what if we accidentally become furries? But in an innocent, wholesome way. Your Honor. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, 2 things. I'm not going to enjoy eating anything out of a dog bowl. Point 2.
Speak for yourself. Now that I'm thinking about it, I wouldn't mind eating out of a dog bowl.
How are you going to eat out of a dog bowl in a furry suit?
I'll make it happen.
They literally like...
Don't put limitations on me.
There's not like a hole there. It's like it's like those suits of like mascots and stuff, how it's just like a mesh thing so they can actually see out of it. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
the other thing is
that's
that
overstimulating.
exactly. Right? Not just overstimulating, but imagine how hot it is in there.
Yeah. For that reason and that reason alone, we're not going to a furry convention. But if we do, we will vlog it.
But yeah, no, the actual people that like actually want to be like treated as dogs though, I find that very weird. There's literal I saw a video the other day of a dog competition, but it was all humans. They were literally wearing like collars and like fake ear things, and they were like getting like a fake trainer to like get them to do like dog tricks, and then when they did the trick, like everyone was like clapping.
Bring back bullying.
No, bullying sucks.
Bullying does suck. You actually shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I remember one time in school, this girl who was like, you know, cool, like had to sit next to me, and like her friend was talking to her, and she said to her friend, she's like, oh, I have to sit next to Olivia. And I was like, you know what, like, why are you mad that I'm uglier than you? Like, I don't understand.
The best thing, I remember one time I stood up to a bully that was bullying someone else, and it was like the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
Like when you actually like stood up to the bullies, or like someone was bullying someone and you stood up to them, it was the best feeling in the world.
It's so funny though, because I would 100% stand up for somebody else, but I would find it so hard sticking up for myself.
I was the same.
Yeah.
I remember I stood up like so hard for this one girl, but then every time I got bullied, I was just like, but also at the same time, I just thought the bullies were so weird. So every time someone would try to bully me, I'd literally just say to them like, you're super weird.
I love that.
Like, you're a loser. Like, why are you trying to bully me?
But also, why are you mad that other people are like...
Yeah, it just made no sense. I'm like, why are you mad that like I'm... I don't know.
Why are you mad that I'm like weird?
Yeah, it was like, it didn't make no sense. I was like,
literally,
you're weirder.
Like, you get to be part of the in-crew because you're not weird. So like, why are you mad at me for being weird? Like, it literally doesn't affect you.
Yeah, bullying never made sense to me. If you're a bully, you're a weird loser.
It's like, if anything, I make you look better by being the weird one.
Yeah.
You should be thanking me.
So this was our campaign against bullying.
Honestly, bullying is so weird. I don't get it. I've never got it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just don't think I could bully someone.
No, I don't see. I think we have way too much empathy to do that because...
And it's like, I can be kind of a bitch sometimes, but like, I'm not gonna like go out of my way to bully someone.
Yeah.
And if I am being a bitch, it's totally unintentional. And I'm okay with people calling me out for it. But yeah, bullying is weird.
I don't really know how to segue from furries, so I'm not even gonna attempt. I have a story that I remembered the other day, and I need to talk about it.
Okay.
And I've thought about this numerous times over the last like 5 years, and it's what I like to call in my own head the trilogy story.
Okay.
And I thought you would find it amusing.
Okay.
Okay. So. Oh, okay. Actually, it can segue. So, speaking of bullies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, for context, so you would know that unless someone is like straight up just randomly like treating me like shit, I'm like pretty nice to everyone. I'm like, you know, like if I meet someone, I'll try and make them feel like very welcomed, and you know, I don't really like cause issues with people or like be a weirdo to them.
Yeah.
Like it takes someone like if I just don't vibe with the person or don't like a person, then I just like I'll still be nice to them, but I just won't be their friend. Like I'm not gonna be fake. I'm not gonna pretend to be their friend. I just won't be their friend, right? So just keep all that in mind.
Okay.
Because there was 3 occasions where I was the biggest cunt to this girl on accident 3 times. Okay? Bearful, the trilogy story. So, that was very dramatic. Hey guys. So, I'm fighting so hard to stay awake right now. Compliment us for being so hardworking.
Yeah.
Okay? It's 12:15 and we're here. So, for context, this was probably like 5 years ago. And I was living in a house with my boyfriend at the time and our 2 friends, right? So we used to have like people like over a lot, like just like friends and whatever. This was pre-COVID. This was 2019. So I think I was like 21. So we were kind of in like our, I don't know what, like going out era, right? At this point. So we always had like friends over and we always had like the house is constantly full of people is what I'm basically trying to say. So yeah, anyway. And such a very different time because now I'm like such like a homebody. Like I live alone practically. Like I have a roommate and like I love him but he's never home. And I like never go out. Sorry. Yeah. It's like such a different era of my life. But anyway. Fun though at the time. So basically, we all like went out one night and I had like a bit of MD, which I like never take because I'm a very paranoid person. So when it comes to like drugs, I like always am like just exposing myself of being the biggest pussy, but I always like think that I'm like gonna have a heart attack. Because I do have like a very fast heart rate in general.
I feel like that's a valid like thing to like conceive though because of like stories that you hear.
Yeah, and I have like arrhythmia, which is like a regular heartbeat. So I have like, and like don't worry, like I kind of like MD, but I can't have it.
Yeah.
Because I'm convinced I'll have a heart attack. So anyway, but this one night I was like, whatever, I'll have a bit, and I'll just only have like a little bit, so I'm sure it'll be fine. It was not, and I don't know what I had, but it was not MD. It was like, I hope my mum is not watching this because she would slap me in my face. Not actually, Robin would know, but she would not be happy. So anyway, I swear it was just like spiked with something because I started like hallucinating.
Oh my god.
Which is not supposed to happen with MD, right?
No.
And so it was definitely spiked with something else. So I was like out with my friends and I started feeling like really, really weird. And like my boyfriend was there and like my 2 roommates. And then I turned to one of my roommates and I was like, oh, can we like go? Like I'm feeling like really, really weird. And my boyfriend at the time was like, I don't know, he was out for some reason, so he couldn't leave and come home. Right. So, sorry, there's so many details to this, but it all comes together in the end, I swear. So we get back and, okay, important to note that the night before, right, we had some friends over and there was this girl that came with one of our other friends, like they had recently just started dating. And I'm going to give her a fake name, Melinda. So Melinda was like, we met and we got along like so well. We were talking like all night. So she was like at my house.
Yeah.
So we had this like little like, we lived in an apartment. We had this like little like rooftop thing at the top. So we were up there and we were like having fun all night. We were talking, like getting along, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
So then the next night, fast forward to the bit in the story that I was talking about. So the next night, so I was feeling really weird and I said to one of my roommates, can we go home? I'm just feeling so strange. And he was like, yeah, blah, blah. Because my boyfriend and my other roommate, they had to stay out for whatever reason, can't remember. So something to do with their work or music or whatever, I don't know. So we get back and then I'm like really confused because I walk outside on the balcony. So I get home, walk outside on the balcony, and there's my roommate who we just said goodbye to in the club. So I was like, oh, like, what are you doing here? And because I was so confused, I was like, I just said goodbye to you, and now you're like sitting outside my balcony. Like, what's happening? And you weren't in the Uber with us. So I was like, oh, like, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, like, I came with like so and so. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was talking to her, and like we were just yapping away, and at some points it felt like really weird because I would like bring something up, and she would kind of be like just kind of looking at me like really weird. So I just thought she was like just in a weird mood or something, or like really tired. Like I was like, oh, okay. Anyway, talking to her. The front door opens. My boyfriend walks in with the roommate that I was just sitting outside with and talking to the entire time on the balcony.
Huh?
Yeah. So then I look at this girl that I've been talking to for the past hour thinking that's my roommate. Her face started changing.
Oh, hell no.
So I was just an MD hallucinating, basically. Her face started changing and shifting. And I was literally fucking petrified because I thought I'd been talking to my roommate the whole time. And then she just walked through the door. So I was like, well, who the fuck is sitting outside with me on my balcony? So I just looked at her and I was like, wait, who are you? Like that. Right? And then she's like, what? And I was like, who are you? But like to me, like I was actually scared, and I was genuinely asking because I genuinely couldn't see. I was like hallucinating, so I was being like, who are you? But to her, it just seemed like I all of a sudden just bitchy just went, wait, who are you? Like that after talking to her for an hour. So she was just like, what? Like, it's Melinda. Like, we've been talking for an hour. I like, you know, I met you last night. We were hanging out the whole night at your house, like on the rooftop, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, no, you're not. And she was just like, yeah, I am. She was still shifting. Her face was changing. And then I was like, no, like, who are you? Anyway, and everyone was like, Natalie, what is wrong with you right now? Like my boyfriend and like her boyfriend, like everyone was just like, what's happening right now? Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you being so like mean to Melinda? Because obviously I didn't tell them I was like hallucinating because I was just really scared. So it just seemed like I off rip was just like, who are you? Like being weird. So then they were like, all right, like we're just gonna go. Like this is really weird. And like I said, like very out of character for me as well. I wouldn't just like randomly, because in their eyes, I was just like randomly decided to like be a bitch. Like I just, but internally I actually was freaking the fuck out and I was hallucinating. So anyway, so she left and then everyone was like, Natalie, why are you just being so rude to Melinda? Like, what's happening? Like, I think everyone thought it was because, like, my boyfriend just walked in. So they were like, oh, do you not, like, want this random girl here or something? And I was like, no, it's got nothing to do with that. I literally am just, like, I'm not here. I'm not in this reality. Anyway, so I just go to bed. And then the next day, everyone's like talking to me about that, and I was just like, oh my god. And then I explained to them like what happened. I was like, oh my god, no, like I feel so bad. Like I wasn't trying to be rude to her. I wasn't trying to be a bitch. It had nothing to do with my boyfriend. I was like, seriously, plus I wouldn't even be like that anyway. Like I think it was just like coincidence that they walked in at the same time. So I was like, no, blah blah blah, I actually was just hallucinating, and like explained the whole thing. I thought it was my roommate the whole time, and then my roommate walked through the door, so I was just scared out of my mind, and I couldn't see her face because it was shifting in and out. So I sent her this like whole message, and I was like, hey girl, like I'm so sorry about last night, like I didn't mean to make you feel weird and uncomfortable. This is what actually happened. It was like a whole paragraph because it got really bad. And she was like super nice about it. She was like, oh my god, that's so funny. She was like, that makes so much sense now. Like I had no idea what was going on. She's like, I seriously had no clue. Like you're just blah blah blah. So we sorted it all out, and I was like, okay, cool. So so that's part one of the trilogy. Remember those 3 incidents with this chick, okay? The next part is that, and she's like the nicest girl in the world. That's why why did I have 3 incidents? Anyway. So the second part was, I run into her, like, probably, like, a week later, okay? Mm-hmm. So I run into her, and I'm like, oh my god, like, Melinda, I, like, give her a hug. And she's like, ha ha ha, like, do you remember me this time? Like, kidding. And I was like, yeah, how could I forget you? Melinda Green.
You got her name wrong.
I got her name wrong. The night before, I met another Melinda, same first name, but her last name was Green, okay? So I just had Melinda Green in my head. But it gets way worse than that, okay? So I go, yeah, how could I forget you, Melinda Green? And she goes, are you fucking kidding me right now? And I'm like, what? And she goes, that's the girl that my ex cheated on me with. So I somehow had met the girl last night that her ex cheated on her with.
Oh my god.
And I was just looking at her like, I don't even know how to explain this one. So she just left, like...
Oh my god.
And
what are the chances?
I know, and the funniest part is my friend Chris, he was there for all three incidents, sorry. Like it says 12:30, all three incidents he was there for. So the second time that this happened, he was like, bro, what did this girl do to you in like a past life or something? I was like, I don't know.
Oh my god.
So the third incident, and definitely the worst one.
Oh no, it gets worse.
It gets worse. And the thing is, as well as like had these little things that were accidentally happening, not happening. I think we would be great friends to this day. Like, I genuinely really like her. She's a really cool, awesome, like nice girl. Okay, like something must have happened grammatically in a past life. She probably like, I don't know what. Like stabbed my auntie in a past life or something. I don't know. It's so specific. Or like had sex with my husband. I don't know. But something had to have occurred. So the third and final one to complete the trilogy story is... this one could actually get me in trouble as well. With a couple of people. Okay. Anyway. If anyone's watching this, I am not the person I was 5 years ago. No, it's actually not even bad. I'm just overthinking it. So... Okay, can I... Wait. Don't worry, I'll segue after. I was just going to talk about, like, having ADHD and also feeling like you're always in trouble for something. Because why is that such a correlating thing? Like, I always just feel like I'm going to be in trouble for anything.
I thought, isn't that just not like a normal thing?
I don't know. But all my friends with ADHD have the exact same thing.
Secretly have ADHD. I don't think I do. Don't look at me like that.
So, basically, so like I said, was living with that boyfriend at the time, and then we broke up, but we were still living together, which I wouldn't advise. No, so we were broken up, but we were still living together, but it was very much like we still loved each other, and all that. But we were technically broken up, but like still kind of together, but broken up fully, right?
Mm.
And he was like talking to other girls, like after we broke up, right? And then, so there was this guy who was, kind of like, he was kind of like just like friends of a friend, and I went to this party and we were like talking, and he was saying like, I want to take you out on a date. We need to give him a code name. Cody. I don't know any Cody, so we'll go with that. So Cody was like, I want to take you out on a date, and I was like, you know, like I'm still like, and one thing about me, I'll be very upfront. So I was like, look, I'm still living with my ex. I was like, we're still like in love with each other, but we're broken up. So I was like, so not an ideal time for me to go on a date.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, well, like, when you move out, because I was, like, planning to move out in, like, a couple months because, like, our lease ended.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, well, when you move out, like, I'm taking you on a date. And I was like, no, that's still way too soon. I was like, I need to actually, like,
Heal.
So I was like, maybe in like 6 months' time we'll go on a date. And then he was like, he was like, that is so long away, but like, okay. And I was like, all right. So and we didn't like talk or anything after that, right? Because I was just like, whatever. And then anyway, so but this night we're like kind of flirting a little bit, but kind of not. Like I said, because it's very difficult when you're living with your ex-boyfriend, because it's like you guys still love, you not like you're broken up, you're technically not broken up. I knew he was talking to other girls. So yeah, but it was like we weren't like, I think it would have been too far if like he'd like made out with anyone or like anything like that.
Yeah.
Because like we lived together still.
Yeah.
Anyway, very murky waters. But so we were like I was kind of flirting with this guy, kind of not, but it was very like not leading to anything, if that makes any sense. So on this night, you know, we're flirting a little bit, and then we're at the infamous Rick's in the valley, and I'm there with Chris. Like I say, he was there for all 3 stories. He's just my friend. We've been friends for like 8 years or something, right? But I'm so glad that there was someone there to witness the trilogy that this was. So we're there, and I'm also there with our other friend Tanisha, and Cody comes over, and we're talking and stuff, and then he like goes upstairs to like the upstairs part of Rick's, and then I'm with Tanisha and Chris, and we're getting a drink, and Melinda, it's really hard to remember the fake names, Melinda randomly walks in, and I'm like, oh hey, blah blah blah, you know, nice to see you, like give her like a massive hug, and I'm like almost overcompensating with her at this point because I feel so terrible at the last 2 interactions. So I'm like, hey, blah, 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 and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry about those, like, last 2 interactions, like, you probably think I, like, hate your guts. I'm like, I promise I don't, like, you're a really cool chick, like, I'm so sorry, and we're, like, laughing, we're giggling, it's burying the hatchet, right? And then I'm like, oh, so, like, you know, like,
Stop, I feel like I know where this is going.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, so, like, you know, like, what are you doing here, blah, 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 and she's like, oh, I'm, like, meeting up with the guy that I've been seeing, and I'm like, oh, okay, like, cool, like, blah, 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 we're talking, Cody walks back downstairs, and she goes, oh, there he is, and I'm like, oh, no way. So I don't say anything because it's like, why would I? Like, this Cody guy is completely single. Nothing had happened. It was just a cheeky little flirt.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, whatever. I really couldn't care less. At this point, I was so wrapped up in my ex, and we were still in love, still living together, so I didn't really give a shit about this Cody boy, okay?
Yeah.
So I was just like, whatever. And I was like, I'm not going to say anything to her because, as I said, why would I? Nothing's happened. So, I was like, but in my head, I was like, what is going on with Melinda and me? Like, what is occurring here? So anyway, so they're like, you know, doing their thing, talking, whatever.
Yeah.
And then another thing to mention is that Chris is upstairs for this entire interaction, okay? So he knows Melinda. But he is upstairs for this entire revelation that Melinda and Cody are actually seeing each other. And, oh, I forgot to mention, she was telling me as well, like, I really like this guy, like, blah, 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 okay? So, I was like, well, I'm not going to spoil anything for them. I wasn't even in the position to, but I was like, I'll let them, happy couple blossoms bloom. I will fully step back away from it.
Yeah.
Wasn't even in it, but,
Yeah.
And then, so then Melinda's like, oh, Nat, like, let's go do shots. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So we're standing there with Tanisha, Melinda, and me. Chris comes downstairs, and he's belligerent drunk, not saying a word, right? Which is very important to know. He's belligerent drunk, cannot even speak. I'm like, do you want a shot? He's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, I'll get your water then. So hasn't said a word this entire time. Melinda, I almost said her name. Melinda starts talking to me, and she's like, oh, so, like, I heard you and your ex broke up, like, are you doing okay, like, what's going on? And I was like, yeah, like, it's pretty rough, because, like, like, we still love each other, and we're, like, living together, So like we can't really like move on from each other,
Yeah.
you know. And I was like not move on to other people, I just mean like move on in general, like,
Yeah.
you know. So I was like, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, have you like been dating anyone else? Like, have you been seeing anyone else? And I was like, oh no, like I'm really not ready for that yet. I was like, maybe in like 6 months, blah, 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 blah. And then Chris, who has not said a word this entire time, decides at that very moment to pipe up and go, yeah, and then it's gonna be Cody in the building. Says it like that as well, like a frat guy. Like, it's gonna be Cody in the building. And Melinda's like, what?
Oh.
And then Chris is like, yeah, like Natalie and Cody are gonna go on a date. Melinda just looks at me and I'm like, I'm not even gonna explain myself. I think I've done too much damage to this girl.
Oh my god.
So, but luckily, as he's saying that, so he goes, yeah, it's gonna be Cody in the building in 6 months, blah, 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 when Nat moves out. Melinda turns around and looks at me, and then as Chris is saying, like, yeah, Natalie and Cody are gonna go on a date, I grab Chris by the throat, and I'm like, Chris, shut the fuck up. At that exact time, Tanisha grabs Melinda and is like, let's do shots. Like, trying to, like, do the diversion. They do a shot, she just, like, slams the shot, looks at me just like, the biggest setsa I've ever received in my life, like wished death upon my name in her eyes, and then she left and I've never seen her again.
Oh my god.
But I would just never get over just Chris being belligerent, blind drunk to the point that he cannot speak, slurring, and then just goes, it's gonna be Cody in the building, and screams it in her face. So yeah, I don't know, Melinda, if you're listening, I'm so sorry. I promise.
I hope she is listening and sees all of this.
Yeah, I feel like she needs to do her big one on me. Like I feel like some point in the future, like she's gonna like home wreck my marriage of like 15 years or something.
Yeah, she's been like stalking you for years, just like waiting for the right moment to ruin your life.
Yeah, and then become my kid's like stepmom and be like way cooler than me at it
It'll
too.
be like single white female.
Yeah. If I am found in the bottom of the Brisbane River, Melinda might be the first suspect, and at this point I owe it to her. No trial. That's what I deserve. Cody in the building!
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. That felt like I was doing like a YouTube story time. I really got into it too. Like, hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm all talked out, you have to thank the floor.
Well, we've been filming for an hour.
Anyway.
I think it's time for us to sign off.
Yeah, the girls are sleepy.
We need to sleep. I mean, look at my eyes.
I would show you mine, but I'm not game to get that close to the camera because I'm very tired. Does that look like a little zombie?
Yeah, I need to go sleep. Alright. Well, thank you for watching.
Thank you for tuning in.
Sorry for the two-part.
The two-parter.
The two-parter. And also, we had many breaks as well, so thank you for watching through that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
But yeah, we're gonna go to bed now.
Yeah.
So thank you.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.